Alright you guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be discussing a Terra Luna update, and it's all in regards to the timeline TFL is producing with the information that is being made available by them. And it's really giving us an idea of how everything is going to pan out and what exactly is going to be the end result of them ejecting from the Terra Luna side of this ecosystem. And the reason why I say this ecosystem is because of a simple fact: all of our prices move together in tandem all of the time. We rarely see a breakaway, and anytime one of the three starts to move upwards, the other two tend to follow in sync. So we'll start with this tweet here from TFL, and as they begin winding down their operations, proposal 4818 will be the final chain upgrade that they implement. Pursuant to TFL's settlement with the SEC and implementation of its proposed Chapter 11 plan, TFL will no longer have the ability to support future chain upgrades. Going forward, we look to the community-driven initiatives such as Phoenix Directive to take over maintenance and operational responsibilities for the Terra blockchain. So you're wondering, what exactly is the Phoenix Directive? And it seems like they are organizing some kind of centralized team that is going to act as stewards for the blockchain, and they're going to see out all of the different activities of the Phoenix Directive. And they have already got these current members as stated here. I'll go over this in an individual video because it's going to take a while to break this down and actually go into the ins and outs, but it does look like there is an organized effort to replace TFL as they eject from this space. I'll leave a link to this in the description, and then I'll also be going over this in the future because we could learn a lot as a community over on Terra Classic from how they're organizing themselves in the event of TFL ejecting, which is now set into motion. So we're going to hear a lot more from Luna in the future as they become far more decentralized under this stewardship program. So that October 30th deadline is looming, and this is really going to be that final day that just removes TFL entirely. They'll have absolutely no relevance going forward, and they're not going to be able to work in crypto at all. We're probably going to see Chris Armani get his huge payout as well, which I think is really interesting because there's so many more things going on in regards to TFL and the whole debacle itself and what is still currently in play. Chris Armani himself stated in the most recent Twitter space that they did, the court proceedings in South Korea are still to be held. There are still people that have to be held accountable, and somebody who takes over responsibility of Luna will be responsible for seeing that court case out. We've also got Do Kwon still in limbo, as you can see here, from November 2023 to this current day. His lawyer is also asking for $500,000 from the Luna Trust Fund to pay for Do's legal fees. We also have Three Arrows Capital, as we've gone over in a previous video, now opening a $1.3 billion lawsuit against TFL. So this is going to go in on top of that already substantial $4.3 billion lawsuit. So there is a substantial amount of things going on, and it doesn't stop there. When we start to look into this extradition process, Do Kwon's actually meeting with the Montenegrin PM, and this has been provided by the Serbian government intelligence agency, that he did in fact have a meeting with the Prime Minister. This really bolsters the idea of just how corrupt Montenegro is, because this information is coming from the former Justice Minister Milovic, and then they've also stated below that Milovic made the claim at the Podorica list presentation where he claimed, if I wanted to remain silent, I would still be a minister, and he's actually running for mayor of Montenegro's capital, Podorica. So we can see that one guy is throwing another guy under the bridge because he wants to get himself into a better position. We can also see that the current Prime Minister is helping Do Kwon evade justice to the point of actually having meetings in his nice villa. The country's former Prime Minister, Dritan, also accused Spacic of meeting Kwon in Serbia to purchase millions of dollars worth of Terra Luna tokens for a Bulgarian-based Singaporean headquartered hedge fund called Das Capital. So we can see that there's been some kind of backhanders here. There's some mutual agreement between parties to keep Do Kwon in Montenegro. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to continue this limbo process that is keeping him from being served justice. Luna's problems do keep mounting up at the moment because when we look at their infrastructure, all of it's mostly owned by TFL. They don't have a lot of third-party apps. When it comes down to the infrastructure that they currently have, TFL owns it and it's all going up for sale. So that includes Pulsar Finance, the station infrastructure, and all of the enterprise stuff, if I'm correct, will also be going up for sale. So this leaves the community driven side of the Terra Luna ecosystem in a position where they're actually going to have to acquire all of this. And yes, they do have a substantial community pool, but what are we going to see happen price wise when it comes to the ejection of TFL, when it comes to that moment where maybe they don't secure these assets? Well, I personally see a scenario where a lot of people that are involved with Luna decide to come back to the original chain, and there are some validators who have already committed to this idea because we're seeing them accumulating more Terra Classic, we're seeing them stake more Terra Classic, and what we're also seeing is a bit of a brainwashing happening from people like that who are acting as if, no, it's not a chain that you want to get involved in. And I think this is just a scenario where they want coins for cheaper. They want to be able to load up more so they can delegate more with their validators and have more say and sway in the chain before they truly do commit to coming back. This is going to be a situation where all of these plans that are being made are going to be subject to the broader consensus, and the broader consensus simply just might not agree. It is taking 2 years for Luna Classic to get itself in an organized fashion where people mostly do agree on consensus. People do see the light. The power grabs have mostly stopped. So this is definitely something that is uncertain. We just don't know what's going to happen. But one thing that I do know is all of us would be far stronger together. Does this mean I'm married to the idea of a merge? Absolutely not. I think a merge is the worst thing that could ever happen. I simply just think one chain is going to dominate the other in the end, and our blockchain has a lot more to offer, and people get confused with the idea that because we've got loads of coins, the price can't go up and you can't make gains. That's just a fishwife tale, and we've spoken about fishwife tales on this channel. Do not buy into them. Go and do your own research and understand that the dollar theory is BS. I think things are going to be very uncertain for Terra Luna going forward, but for Terra Classic, a rare opportunity has presented itself that we have always discussed and planned for in some way here on the channel, that we could be in a position where we would be the better choice aside Luna. There's no difference between their chain and our chain from the second TFL wind down and walk out, and that is the bitter truth of this situation. And it really just depends on how we react to all of this news and what we do to push ahead and try to catch the attention of this market coming in. And an important point of crypto is decentralization, is having that level of privacy and full control over your assets in a manner where you don't need to KYC. And that's something that our chain provides, a safe haven. So that's all I've got for you guys for now. I'll keep you updated with anything that happens with TFL, with Luna or Do Kwon. I'll get that update out on the Phoenix directive as well, so we can better understand that and see if there's anything there that's useful to our side of the ecosystem. I appreciate you guys tuning in as always. If you're new here, consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to stay informed, and just stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.